goes down, everybody? Walker as Phoenix here, back at it again with another episode for you guys. This is Season 3, Episode 6 of my Walking Dead Reboot Series titled Arrow on My Doorstep. Thank you all so much for the love and support. I do appreciate it. And as always, let's get into this episode now, shall we? The episode begins with Avesta walking with her brother Johnny to this event that's in Woodbury. Johnny's like, "You ready for a fight?" "Oh, well, ready to see a fight?" And that's just like, "Wait, hold on, there's gonna be like a wrestling match?" Johnny's like, "Well, something like that." "Hey, Gabe, nice to see you. Bruce, great to see you as ever." Bruce is like, yeah. Johnny's like, "Sasha, look lovely as ever." Sasha's like, "Right back at you." Johnny's like, "No, that's funny. Now over here, sis. Look, we got the best seats in the house." And we also see the scene of the governor and Roland showing up to the fight as well, as the governor saying hi to everybody, as the governor and Roland sitting next to each other. The next shot pans out with the whole crowd of Woodbury just screaming as everyone's like, "Woohoo!" And then you see Martinez like come out, and so does Merle. They're like getting ready, like, you know, the fight, and they're just showing off for the audience. And then that's where the governor orders Tim to roll down the chains, and as the doors open, there are walkers that come out. Avesta sees this, and she's like, "The fuck?" Avesta's like, "Wait, I thought this was going to be like a wrestling match." Johnny's like, "Well, it is. However, they also have to avoid the walkers." I'm like, "Sure, they have to avoid getting bit, God forbid, but the whole point of this match is to, you know, show the whole town we're not afraid." Avesta's like, "Who told you that? The governor?" Johnny's like, "Who else?" "Sis, it's just a match." Avesta's like, "Just a match? Look around you. Look at..." "And if someone gets bit," Johnny says, "then the governor will do his best to take care of it." The next shot pans out where the governor and Martinez are fighting each other as Martinez kicks a walker on the floor. And then Avesta's like, "I disagree with this. What I think the governor is doing is that the governor is showing these people that walkers are dangerous." Johnny says, "No. I disagree with that. I think the governor's just trying to show these citizens of the town how to survive. That the walkers aren't that terrifying as some people make them out to be. So that people don't have to be afraid of those things. If you want to talk more about this after the match, be my guest. I would like to just spend time with my sister that I haven't seen in God knows how long. And I'm sorry that this match is looking like something that you probably don't feel comfortable with, but I just want to spend time with you, Avesta. Don't you agree on that?" As Avesta doesn't say anything. The next shot is after the wrestling match. Avesta begins to cry. After she's done sobbing her tears, she grabs like a pen and a pen and a piece of paper, and she starts writing on the paper. As she rolls up the paper in a small little envelope, she grabs an arrow and sticks the letter onto the arrow. As she exits her room with all of her stuff and with her katanas, she goes down the stairs as she sees her brother's door. She grabs the arrow and stamps the arrow on Johnny's door as she exits the apartment and just walks away. As she is walking to the gates, Milton's like, "Wait, where are you going?" "Oh, that's right. You're Johnny's sister, Avesta. He speaks very highly of you." And Vesta's like, "You are?" "Oh, forgive my manners. My name's Milton Mammoth. I'm a scientist. That's just like, what else am I better tell you about me? Milton's like, oh, nothing much. Just that, you're the older sister. That he could not be thrilled to have you in this lovely community. And that he's just very happy to have you back. And that, he cares about you. That's just like, yeah, I know. Have a good night, Milton. Milton's like, you're leaving? Why leave this community? Why so in a hurry? Vesta says, I just don't feel comfortable here. I just don't feel comfortable here. Alright? It was nice meeting you, Milton. And can you do me a quick favor? Can you not say anything about this to anybody? Milton says, I'll do my best. Vesta says, thank you. Goodbye. As Avesta just opens the gates, then she then closes the gates very slowly and just walks away. And so does Milton. Milton just walks away back to his place, not saying a word. The next shot pans out where we see the prison. It's the next day. The sun is starting to come up. But then we get the next shot where and we see Daryl walking up to the graves as Daryl puts this white flower on one of the graves, and it's revealed to be Carol's grave. Daryl's like, don't worry, Carol. Sophia's going to be fine. I promise you. I promise you on your grave that I'm going to look after her. I'm going to make sure she's fine. I promise you. I miss you. You should have went out like that. I should have been there. I miss you. I love you, Carol. Until tomorrow. As Daryl walks away. The next shot is Rick talking with the others, and Rick's like, so what do we do with this woman? John Miller's like, I don't know, man. We just lost a lot of people, and we don't know this person. Rick, she claims she's looking for her friend, but she's not talking. Rick says, yeah, I know. Julie's then like, then, what should we do with her? Tyrese's like, I'll talk to her. Rick's like, you sure you want to do that, Ty? Tyrese is like, yeah. I'd do something for the group, right? Rick says, yeah. Just be careful. Tyrese says, oh, I intend to. The next shot pans out with Tyrese talking with Michonne, and Tyrese is like, so, you had a rough night. Michonne is like, yeah, I did. Tyrese is like, apologies for the cell. Just trying to take extra precautions. Michonne says, I get it. You guys in your group, you gotta be careful. Tyrese is like, I'm not the leader of this group, in case you're wondering. Michonne's like, didn't ask that question. Tyrese is like, yeah. My group crossed paths with Rick and his crew. We've been on the road ever since, searching for a new place, and well, here it is. Michonne's like, a prison. Tyrese is like, yeah. Michonne's like, can I ask you a question? Tyrese is like, okay, go ahead. Michonne's like, aren't you Tyrese Williams, the famous basketball player? Tyrese is like, yeah, but I wouldn't consider myself famous. I would just consider myself a low list basketball player for the NBA. How'd you know that? She was like, I used to watch sports with my husband and kids before the outbreak. Tyra's like, are they still alive? Michonne says, no, they're not. Tyra says, I'm sorry to hear that. Michonne says, yeah, me too. Tyrese asks Michonne a question, that being, how many walkers you killed? I know, it's hard to remember. Then Michonne says, 510. Michonne says, 510? That's a lot. Michonne says, yeah, it is. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to my leader. Be right back. Michonne says, okay. Tyrese heads back to the group, and Rick's like, anything? Tyrese then tells Rick, nothing bad. She seems like a decent woman. She killed like 510 walkers, and she lost her family. Rick's like, that sucks. But we don't know this person. We don't know her. So for now, she stays in the cell. Tyrese says, fine. Rick's then like, you want to let her out? Tyrese says, I didn't say that. Rick's then like, what is it about this person that appeals to you so much? Tyrese says, nothing. She does look like a bad person. Sure, she's still mysterious, but I mean, like for example, when she came into the prison, right? She could have jumped any one of us and killed someone from this group, but she didn't. Instead, she just, she agreed to our demands, and she agreed to go into the cell. I mean, what does that say to you? Sure, we don't know her, but what does that tell you? As a leader. As a person. Rick doesn't say anything. The next shot is back in Woodbury, and we get this scene with the governor, Rohan, and Rohan's like, wow, that was quite a night last night. The governor's like, what, with the fights? Rohan's like, I'm not talking about with the fights. The night between me and you. That was fun. The governor smiles, and he's like, glad he thought so. But then the governor hears a knock on the door. The governor's like, come in. And Johnny Dugan opens the door with tears through his face. Roland's like, Johnny, you okay? Johnny doesn't say anything. The governor's like, Roland, can you please do us a solid and give me and Johnny some time to talk privately for a minute? Roland says, yes, of course. As Roland just exits the room and closes the door behind her. The governor's then like, Johnny, you good? Johnny screams, and he's like, no, I'm not good. My sister just left the community. I found out this morning. You didn't know anything about that, did you? The governor's like, no, this is the first time hearing about it. First off, how on earth did she left? She left the community. The gates were locked. There was no one on patrol, sure, but how the hell was she able to get out? I don't know, man. I don't know, Governor. I don't know. I woke up this morning. I opened my door, and then out of nowhere, I noticed this arrow on my doorstep. But then, what was attached to the arrow was this fucking letter from my sister that says this. Johnny, I'm sorry I had to do this. I didn't want to write this letter to you. I wanted to say goodbye in person. But to tell you the truth, I was afraid of how you would react to me leaving. I know you said that you just got me back, but I just can't be at Woodbury. Something there just makes me feel uncomfortable. And I know if I told you, you would not agree to it. You would not feel comfortable of me leaving. I'm sorry I left you this letter, and I'm sorry for leaving you. But just know I love you very much. I'm grateful from the extra time that we were able to spend together. And I'm sorry for leaving you. Love, Avesta. And then he just grabs the letter in the arrow and throws it on the governor's desk, and he just gets mad. He's like, unbelievable. Unbelievable! You know, I stopped smoking. I try to be better. I try to be the best person I could possibly be towards someone I have not seen in a while. And she's out there, God knows where. She left me. She left me. The only family I have. The only family I have left just leaves like that. Forgive me, Governor. Forgive me. I don't mean to yell. I'm just mad. Very sad and mad at the same time. Very mad. The governor then like, do you want me to send out a search party? Johnny says, a search party. You know what? That would be a great idea. A very awesome idea indeed. In fact, I would request this of you. Please, Governor, let me lead this search party and let me bring along Tim and Crowley and Wells with me, as well as Merle too. He could use the exercise. The governor said, like, Johnny, listen to me. I know you're mad. I know you're very upset, but at least take a deep breath. Johnny's then like, oh, take a deep breath, huh? I can't take a deep breath. This is my request, Governor. Let me go get my sister and bring her back here to Woodbury. I'm pretty sure me and her would have a lovely little chat now, would we? As he starts smoking the marijuana in the governor's residence. So please, I'm asking nicely. Give me the chance to bring back my sister here alive. The governor's then like, and what are you going to do as soon as you find her? Do something stupid? Do something you will regret? Johnny says, do something dumb. No. Why would I do that? This is a family matter. The governor then says, fine. You could do your thing. You could take Merle, Crowley, Wells, and Tim, but I advise you to be careful, please. Johnny's then like, oh, I intend to. Thank you, Governor. Thank you very much. Oh, and Blake, you might as well get those fish tanks in that room right there ready. Because I'm going to be bringing back another head to you. And this time, it's not going to be pretty. So I'd recommend getting, who, to fill up that fish tank. Because we're going to bring back a kill. And it's going to be on the house. As Johnny slams the door. The governor is then like, he's going to get himself hurt. The next shot is Johnny and Merle in this car, and Merle's like, "You good, man? You look a little tired and stressed." Johnny's like, "Oh, I'm not tired and stressed, bro. I'm perfect. As a matter of fact, I'm focused. More focused than ever. We're going to find my sister, and we're going to bring her back to the governor. Safe and sound. Whatever it takes." And then Merle's then like, "What? And if she doesn't want to come back peacefully?" Then Johnny's like, "I'll do what I have to do for her sake." As Merle doesn't say anything. As Merle, Johnny, Tim, and the others exit out of their vehicles, they go into the woods, but Merle sees something that catches his attention. He sees Walker body parts. As Merle starts laughing, as you can hear a crow flying by. Crowley's like, "What the hell?" Tim then says, "She did this?" Johnny's like, "Doesn't surprise me considering he has 2 katanas. Well, she has 2 katanas anyway." Wells is like, "Well, how do you guys want to do this?" Johnny's then like, "Well, Merle here is a pretty excellent tracker, plus he has some pretty cool military experience like you, Captain. Merle, lead the way." Merle's then like, "Wait, hold up. These body parts are shaped into letters. These 2 right here. This one with 2 arms and this one with 2 legs. If I'm narrating / reading it correctly, it says go." As Johnny laughs. Johnny also says, "Go? Fuck that. Why would we want to go for? Hell, for all we know, Avesta's probably somewhere in these woods. Isn't that right, sis? On second thought, why not just come out here right now and face the music like a woman? Huh? Since you're hiding somewhere, aren't you?" But then again, it doesn't surprise me. And then Merle jokes saying, "Gosh damn, look at these body parts. Took her a lot of time to do this. She must have figured out eventually that we were onto her. It's my girl." Johnny then screams and says, "Can you stop with the fucking jokes, bro?" Merle says, "And what's wrong with jokes?" But then Merle makes another joke, and he's like, "Look at this. She sending us the bitergram, you know?" And then Wells is like, "I can't believe this shit is happening. I can't fucking believe it." Then Merle's like, hey, knock it off. Just knock it off. The fuck's wrong with you? Now, hey, you may be up and about, and your injuries may be feeling like they're healing, right? But the governor chose you because he thought you were ready. And I want you to see it, bro. I really do. However, if you keep announcing to the world that you have the need to piss your pants, then you're not going to get shit done, now are you? Now, hey, calm down. It's okay. Just to play it safe, I'm just going to call you Wiener, alright? Wells doesn't say anything. As Merle turns around, she sees a figure walking through the forest, and it's revealed to be Avesta. As Merle, Tim, Crowley, Johnny Dugan, and Wells take out their weapons, Merle's then like, "What's the deal, Blue Eyes? Heck, what's your plan? You're gonna leap out of the woods and just cut one of our arm offs? Sorry, Blue Eyes, not gonna happen. Not at all. Think about this for a second. I mean, look at us. 1 against 6? That's not really an even number if you ask me. Not an even number at all. And plus, with you with your little ass, baby swords? No, Blue Eyes. I don't think that's gonna slide. And then Avesta just falls out of this tree, but then that's where she grabs one of her katanas and cuts Crowley's head clean off. She then grabs her other katana and stabs Tim through the chest. As Merle starts shooting at Avesta, Avesta takes her katana out of Tim's body and begins to run away as Merle continues to fire at Avesta. As Johnny's looking at this and he's like, Merle, look at your aim. It's not that good. I do believe you can do better, in my opinion. But then Merle gets a clean shot and ends up shooting Avesta through one of her legs. And Johnny's like, see? Better now. With Wells looking very terrified. He has blood on his face and he's like, holy shit. But then that's where we get this scene of Merle running after Avesta. As Merle stops, he's waving his gun in the air as he begins to look around. Then he screams, are we having fun yet? As Merle goes back with the others, Johnny's then like, you lost him, didn't you? Well, my sister, anyway. Sorry, I'm a little high. By the way, why do I keep calling you doctor? Is it the high-ing in drugs? No? Anyway, so we got Wells over here. He looks terrified as hell. And it's not very funny either. Hey, Wells, can you calm the fuck down for a minute? As Wells is like, I can't fucking believe this is happening. Look what just happened, Tim and Crowley. But then Merle interrupts him and he's like, we gotta go now. The gunshots that just fired alerted some walkers in his area. I mean, we have to leave. ASAP, the 3 of us. Wells, come on. We gotta get out of here. Merle then kicks Wells to the floor as Merle puts his boot on his chest and he's like, listen, man. Listen right here. Shit's going down. We gotta get this Whitty, you understand? We gotta get her. Wells is like, fair enough. Merle's like, you're a lieutenant, right? Prove it. Get yourself up. Man up. And let's get this woman. As Wells says, hell yeah, as he gets up. Merle's then like, you see these dead bodies right here? We don't let our own turn. As Merle grabs his knife from his fake hand and he stabs Tim in the head. And then Lieutenant Wells grabs his knife and stabs Crowley through the head, preventing him from turning into a walker. And then Merle's like, atta guy. Come on, let's keep running. Johnny's like, don't worry, I'm right behind you. And don't forget, she's hunting, and so are we. Let's go. The next shot is Merle and Lieutenant Wells running through the woods. As they are looking around, looking for Avesta, Merle turns around but sees Avesta coming out of nowhere. But only this time, she's trying to kill Lieutenant Wells, but Merle pushes Lieutenant Wells out of the way. As Avesta goes for another attack to kill Merle, that's when Merle deflects the attack with his fake hand and with his knife, throwing one of Avesta's katanas on the ground. As Merle's trying to knock out Avesta, Avesta falls to the ground and kicks Merle in the important part as Merle screams, ah! Then begins to kick Merle in the face as he falls on the ground. Lieutenant Wells is like, ah, my fucking hand! Fucking bitch, I cut it myself! Merle is looking around. We notice mad blood is coming from his nose, but then we see this walker coming towards Merle. As Merle grabs the walker and throws it on the ground. As one of these other walkers is going towards Avesta, Avesta grabs one of her katanas and kills this walker straight up. As it looks like this walker's about to bite Merle on the face, that's when Lieutenant Wells gets up, he grabs his knife and kills the walker, saving Merle's life. Merle grabs the walker and throws it on the ground. As the final walker is headed towards Merle, Merle grabs his fake arm and straight up kills the walker. As Merle and Lieutenant Wells are looking around, they notice that Avesta is not in the area, meaning she has escaped once again. Merle looks pissed, but then he's like, come on, we're heading back. Lieutenant Wells is like, no, come on. There's no way she could have made it that far. Look at my fucking hand. She cut it in my fucking hand, bro. You think I'm gonna let that slide? Let's go get this motherfucker. Most importantly, where's Johnny? Where'd he go? Merle's then like, Johnny's probably hunting her own sister. If that's the case, let's leave. Then Lieutenant Wells is like, Merle, this woman killed Tim and Crowley. Two of our own people. You think we're going to just let that slide? You think I'm just going to let that slide? Merle's like, I don't give a fuck about what you think. I don't give a fuck about what you're planning to do either. If you want to go find that woman, go right ahead. I'm going back home. You can either come with me, stop your whining, or just hush it now. And on top of that, we pretty much messed her up pretty bad. It doesn't look like she's going to get that very far. Let's be honest. Heck, if she's headed to the fucking red zone, she might as well be dead already. And Johnny, he's a survivor. He can handle shit. And what do you think? What do you suggest me, you, and Johnny tell the fucking governor? We tell the governor we killed her. Plain and simple. Not that hard. Like I just said, she is good as dead. Lieutenant Wells says, fuck you. I'm going to continue going. Live for without you. Merle then screams, she's gonna die. What part of she's gonna fucking die out there that you don't fucking understand? Now, if you're done fucking arguing with me, let's go. Then Lieutenant Wells gets angry and he screams at Merle saying, this is some serious shit. That's what you said, remember? Hell, I'm not just gonna straight up lie to the governor about this. Now, you could come with me. Or not. Either way, it's up to you. Merle then lies, and he's like, you know what? You're right. Can't cut corners on this one. I must admit, you got pretty tough there, man. Not bad for a lieutenant. Wells says, why, thank you. How do you say your name again? Wells says Wells. Lieutenant of the United States of America. Merle's like, Wells. Not bad. You hear that, bird? As Merle grabs his gun and shoots Lieutenant Wells in the head. Lieutenant Wells being dead. As Merle looks at Lieutenant Wells' dead corpse, he's like, Lieutenant Wells. The next shot is back at the prison as Maggie, T-Dog, and Glenn go up to Rick. Rick is like, what's up? T-Dog's like, we need more supplies. We're running low on food. Considering there's, well, a lot of us now, including the baby. Rick's like, you sure you guys want to go out there? T-Dog's like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure Glenn and Maggie would say the same. Maggie's then like, it's just we need more food. It's just this group needs the help. Rick's then like, okay, go. Here, take this walkie and be careful. Okay, Glenn? Glenn says, yeah, same here. T-Dog then says, don't worry, Rick. We'll be right back. Rick says, oh, I believe you. The next shot is with Avesta walking through the woods. She stops for a minute and looks at her wound and she's like, punch. And then she hears a voice, that being the voice of her brother, and Johnny Dugan's like, woo-hoo, baby sister. How long do you think you can hide? Why don't you come back with me to Woodbury, huh? We can catch up like old times, like we did yesterday night, huh? Come on. I don't want to be so bad. Don't worry about Merle. I won't let him shoot you again. He's just a crowd crazy kid, you know? My bad being high and everything. It's just, you know, right. Avesta continues running. The next shot pans out where Avesta enters this old abandoned like meat building. She enters the building as she sees multiple walkers in the area. She grabs her katanas and kills all of them in a badass fashion. As she's about to exit the building, she hears the door open and she sees someone enters the building and she sees her brother Johnny. She hides somewhere to to avoid being spotted. And that's where Johnny's like, "Oh, I heard that. I heard that from a mile away. You think this is a fucking game out here? You think this is hide and seek? Well, let's play some fucking hide and seek, Chico. Huh? Avesta, come on. Don't be like that. I know you're here somewhere. Come on, I just want to go back with you, you know? Catch up like old times. Play tag like it was when Mom and Dad was alive. Yeah, Mom and Dad would have loved that, huh? For me and you to support each other, watch over each other no matter what. Yeah, that would have been great, right? Come on out, man. Come on, sis, please. Don't leave your big brother hanging. You know what? Have it your way. As he grabs a shovel and breaks the glass multiple times, alerting multiple walkers in the abandoned building as Johnny screams, "Yes, over here, smelly freaks!" Here's Johnny! As both Avesta and Johnny are walking around the building. It's like they're looking for each other, but it's like they're playing hide and seek, but only this time there's walkers in the building, and they're not really playing. Johnny Dugan sees one walker as he grabs his shovel, and he just straight up kills the walker in cold blood as mad blood is coming out. As he keeps making the noise with his shovel. As he hears something, he's like, "Is that you over there, baby sister? Is that you?" As Avesta tries to continue moving, a walker comes out of nowhere, but then that's where she pushes a walker, and she notices the stair level, but on the stair level, there's multiple walkers. As Avesta runs, trying to get out of the way. But before she can do anything else, she stops, and she sees her brother. And Johnny's like, "Oh, there you are. Hey, sis. Okay." That's like, "You high again." Johnny's like, "Oh no, I'm seeing things clearer now. You left me after I expressed myself to you. You know, I tried to have fun with you yesterday night, and you still left me. But here's the thing. You killed two of my people. It didn't have to be like that, Avesta. It didn't have to be like that at all. You never give a fuck about your brother. You never give a fuck about me, did you? I was just along for the ride. You were putting on fake smiles. Is that what you were doing? Help me understand before I pull this trigger." If that's then like, of course I give a fuck about you. Sure. It may not have been like that to you. But every day, when I was with my friends, I was wondering, were you alive? Were you dead? Not knowing what could have happened to you? Not knowing you were alive or not? That doesn't mean... That doesn't mean I stopped thinking about you. Sure, we were never close when we were kids. I tried my best, Johnny. I did try my best. I tried my very best, the best I possibly could as a sister. I couldn't be a Woodbury. Something about the governor is not right. Look at you. You're high again on meth. You don't even know what you're saying right now. Johnny's like, don't know what I'm saying right now? You think the governor is dangerous? You think the governor is dangerous? Really? Yeah, I wouldn't be alive right now if it wasn't for the governor. Just so you know. I wouldn't be alive. I wouldn't be standing. I wouldn't even be grateful right now if it wasn't for him. So yeah, I would say yeah, I am with the governor. But that doesn't mean I'm going to just leave here empty-handed. Sorry you had to be like this, baby sister. I really am. Avesta says, yeah, me too. As she opens the door, multiple walkers come out. As Johnny starts killing each walker. But it's not enough. He's not able to kill every walker. Instead, Johnny gets bit on the neck as he screams, "Ah! Ah! 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 Faster, you witch! Ah! Ah! You can!" Ah! Johnny Dugan being dead. As Avesta closes the door, she begins to cry. As Avesta is walking with tears through her eyes, she makes it through this place with all these stores, but all these stores are abandoned. But then she sees this red car pull in. She hides, thinking it might be the governor or something, but it's not. The people that come out of this car are Maggie, Glenn, and T-Dog, and Avesta just wants to just go to them, just to let her know that she's still alive, that she's okay. But then that's where Merle comes out of nowhere. As T-Dog pulls his gun on Merle, Glenn also pulls his gun on Merle, and Glenn's like, "You made it." T-Dog's like, "Yeah, I did." Holy fuck! That's the guy! You're the fucking guy that fucking dropped the key, motherfucker! I had to cut my arm off! Merle's like, T-Dog's like, "Calm down. It's your brother you want, right? Why don't you just stand right there and let us call him via walkie-talkie? We'll get him down here to see you." Merle's like, "Oh, come on. Just trust me. Hell, take me back to wherever it is you people are at. I'll make it worth your while. Hell, we could call it even from stuff that happened in Atlanta." As Merle begins to go forward, Glenn's like, whoa, just calm down. Merle's like, "Hold up. Listen, the fact that we all found each other here, that's a gosh damn miracle, I have to say. My goodness gracious. Oh, come on now. You can trust me." Glenn then says, "Well, if you trust us, you would stay here. Just wait here for your brother." "You're joking, right?" T-Dog is like, "Merle, don't make this more difficult." As Merle grabs his gun and starts shooting at Glenn, but Glenn dodges the attack, breaking one of the windows. However, before Glenn could go, before Glenn TR can go to the other side, that's where we're seeing Merle pulling a gun on Maggie, and Merle's like, "Hey, don't try anything dumb." As Glenn screams, "Let go of her! Let go of her!" T-Dog's like, "You better put that fucking gun down right now, Merle, before I fucking put a bullet in your fucking brain. I'll put you down." As Avesta's watching all of this, and she's like, "Fuck." And then Merle's like, "Well, if you don't want nothing to happen to this beautiful little woman, I suggest you and Big Baldy over there get in the fucking car right now, before something really bad happens. That's right, lower your weapon. That's right. Now, get in the fucking car. That's right, go in there." As Merle, T-Dog, Glenn, and Maggie all get in the car. While Glenn's in the car, and with Maggie in the passenger seat, and with T-Dog in the back, Merle has the gun on Maggie while he's trying to drive. Glenn's like, "Yeah, you have that gun on my girl by using that stupid fake hand. Where do you think we're going, huh? You're not going back to our camp." Merle said, like, "Well, who says anything about me going back to your little camp? No, we're going to my camp. You're going to see where I come from." As they drive away. The next shot pans out with the governor getting out of bed with Roland as someone's knocking on the door. The governor puts his clothes on as he goes to open the door. The governor's like, "Hey." Merle's like, "Hey, back. You have company?" The governor's like, "No." The governor's like, "Go on." Merle's like, "We lost people. Wells, Tim, and Crowley." The governor's like, "Jesus. What about Johnny?" And Merle's like, "I don't know. Johnny's still out there. He's still out there. But, I got something better. Remember that group I was telling you about? The group I was with back in Atlanta? I found two of them. Plus another passenger. They're in the basement." The governor's like, "Okay, but Avesta, do you have anything like from Avesta? Like, I'm talking about like weapons, a head." Merle's like, "No, there's no weapons and there's no head. The boy, well, not boy, but Wells had the head. But walkers, there's too many of them. They went at Wells, devouring him, and her weapons, they got lost in the fight. But with Tim and Crowley, Avesta murdered them in cold blood." The governor's like, "Damn. Okay, go down to the basement and talk with these prisoners. Find out what they know." Merle says, "You got it," as Merle walks away. The next shot is back in the prison. We see Rick. Looking at Herschel holding baby Judith. As Rick is like, "Can I hold her?" Herschel's like, "Yeah, of course." As Rick holds baby Judith in his arms. As Rick is in complete and utter shock. But then he's just happy. But when before he was angry, now he is just happy. Rick kisses baby Judith on the head as John sees this and he begins to smile. Carl sees this as well and he begins to smile as well. As Rick, Carl, John Miller, Beth, and Alan go outside, Rick is still holding baby Judith and he's just happy. Rick tells Carl, "She looks like you." Carl says, "Yeah." Rick then sees something that catches his attention. Rick's like, "Here, Carl. Oh, baby Judith." Carl's like, "Yeah, Dad. Sure." As Rick goes over to investigate to see what it is that catches his attention, he sees numbers of walkers on the gates. As Rick looks further, he sees Avesta with supplies in her hands. And Rick is in complete and utter shock. In his mind, he's like, holy shit. Surprised that Avesta is alive. And Rick just doesn't know what to say. But then Avesta's like, what's up, dumbass? Been a while. And boom, that is the end of the episode. I know this one was a long one, but the ending was for, Avesta to make it to the prison. I mean, to be fair, I had that ending planned for many weeks now, for Avesta to show up at the gates to the prison. Like, that ending for this episode was planned, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Please stay tuned, because Season 3, Episode 7, titled Made to Betray, is coming very soon. So stay tuned for that episode. Have a fantastic rest of your night, guys. Stay safe, God bless you, and as always, peace out.